Welcome to another episode of STARHEAD Transfers. This is your transfer show. We're going to be talking about how these real-world football transfers relate back to FIFA 19 career mode. Now, FIFA 18 won't be updating their squad, so there's no use calling it FIFA 18 career mode, but all these players you see today will be in their right teams come FIFA 19. Today I'm going to be introducing some exceptions to the STARHEAD transfer rule. Now, obviously in the last episode I covered only the STARHEADs in FIFA 18, but today I'm going to add a few new rules. If a player is a big enough transfer, then he will be covered regardless of whether he has a real face or not. And if he doesn't have a real face in FIFA but does have one in PES at the moment, I will use the PES face instead of the FIFA one because it's better than looking at a generic FIFA face. If you're new around here and you want to see more of the STARHEAD transfer series, tap the subscribe button today and the notification bell and you won't be disappointed. And the stats you see in this video are based on FIFA 18, but for FIFA 19, give or take 1 or 2 overall points and stuff like that. Some of these don't really change unless the player has a really dreadful season or he has a really great season. So the first STARHEAD transfer we have today is for Daley Man Utd, who's gone to Ajax now. His overall is 80, his potential is 80, he's 28 years old, and he usually plays as a left back or centre back. And he came from Manchester United and he's worth 16 million euros. That was the transfer fee they paid. I think this is a good move for Daley Man Utd because at Manchester United, the last season or two, he really didn't get enough game time for himself. And he's still pretty young. He's still around the 28 years old mark, so still has a few more years left in him. He might as well go where there is a bit more game time. And I think he's going back to his home country as well, so that always helps. The next STARHEAD transfer we have is Johnstone, who's gone to West Brom now, and I added him in because he has decent potential and some of you guys might need a backup keeper for your squads. His overall is 74, his potential goes up to 80, he is 25 years old, he is a goalkeeper and he came from Manchester United and the fee was 6.5 million euros. Personally, I haven't really watched any of his games to actually judge him, but from what I've seen with his record, he does get loaned out a lot when he was with United, so hopefully this move to West Brom can get him more game time in the Premier League. The next STARHEAD transfer is Sokratis, who's gone to Arsenal. I know a lot of people think I say arse, like your bum, but it is the Australian accent, so there's nothing I can do about that. But this guy's overall in FIFA 18 was 85, potential 85. He's 30 years old now, and a centre-back. He came from Borussia Dortmund, and the fee was 16 million euros. If some of these fees are wrong, it's because I get them from a transfer market website, so it's not really my fault. But yeah, this was a surprising one when I saw it because the guy is not young, like he's 30 years old, but he does have experience. He played for Dortmund, which is a pretty good club in the German Bundesliga. In terms of his FIFA 19 potential and overall, they might go down seeing as he is hitting the 30s now. And FIFA don't really like to upgrade players' stats when they get past 30, so that might be a little bit of a concern for career mode players. But still, he is a good defender to have in the team. This next one is when the exceptions kick in. Now, I've used a PES face here, but the guy has moved to Manchester United, so there is a chance that he could have a real face in FIFA 19, but he was too big of a transfer not to put in the episode. We have Fred from Manchester United now. His overall is 81, his potential is 86. That will probably increase now because he's gone to Manchester United and he's still young. He's 25 years old, centre midfielder from Shakhtar, and his fee was 59 million euros. So United spending them big bucks again. And yeah, like I said, this is a PES face, but there is a good chance that he might get a real face now going to a Premier League team. And I think the PES face looks pretty nice as well. This next transfer is a big one for the Liverpool fans. Alisson, who has now joined Liverpool, and you're probably thinking, Vapex, why are you still using PES real faces instead of FIFA's? Well, he doesn't have a real face in FIFA, and this transfer is too big not to cover in this transfer show. So like I said, we do have exceptions, but his overall is 84, his potential is 90, so very high. That will probably increase as well in FIFA 19. His age is 25, very young still. Goalkeeper from Roma, and it costed them 75 million euros. So I think this is an exciting transfer for the Liverpool fans, especially because Karius didn't have the best of Champions League games. And I think finally Liverpool might have a goalkeeper that can really help them challenge for the title maybe. And don't forget, there is a possibility that Alisson could get a real face now because he's moved to Liverpool and EA have the Premier League scanning license. Next we have Felipe Anderson, who has gone to West Ham now. West Ham are not mucking around as well. Once again, I've used his PES face because in FIFA he doesn't have a real face, but that could change now because he's gone to the Premier League, and usually Premier League signings do get their real face. Hopefully EA do it for FIFA 19, not FIFA 20, but regardless, eventually he will get a real face one day, and yeah, I had to use this PES face because it is a big enough transfer that I wanted to cover it as well. This guy's overall is 81, his potential is 84. This will increase, I reckon, for FIFA 19 because he is still young. He's gone to a Premier League team now. He's 25 years old, right winger, came from Lazio, and the fee was 38 million euros. Now this guy, I haven't really seen much of him in the Serie A because I don't get to watch it. Most of their games are like in the middle of the night for me, so I don't really get to watch as much football as I should. But I'm excited to see him in the Premier League now because I do watch a bit more Premier League games than the rest of the world stuff. Don't mind the Pez face, it's a little bit terrible, but it is better than looking at the generic face that he has in FIFA 18. It's Jorginho, who's gone to Chelsea now. His overall is 82, his potential is 85. That will probably increase. He's 26 years old, a centre midfielder who came from Napoli, and the fee was 57 million euros. Once again, I haven't really seen much of this guy, but now in the Premier League, I'll probably get to watch a few more of his games now, and he will probably get a real face in FIFA 19 because he is going to Chelsea. Depends on if they're going to do a face for him. It could be FIFA 20, but regardless, if he stays there long enough, he will get a real face eventually. And I had to throw this last transfer in because he had a great potential, so I thought you guys should check this guy out in your current career modes as well. And that is Diogo Dalot, who's moved to Manchester United now. His overall is 69, but he grows all the way to an 85, and he's only 19 as well. So this guy is going to be a gem signing in FIFA 19 career mode as well. He is a right back, and he came from Porto for 22 million euros. So they paid a decent amount for the 19-year-old, but I think this guy is going to be a good signing to have in FIFA 19 career mode because his potential is only going to go up. He plays for United now, and EA always increase United players' potentials. And that is the end of the STARHEAD Transfers episode. If you want to watch another video, tap the thumbnail on your screen right now. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, tap the VK icon underneath the thumbnail. And I'll see you next time.